As gardeners, one of the most powerful tools that we have in our arsenal is the ability to make edits in our garden beds. I'm here in my pollinator garden, which I started about 4 years ago, and I gotta say, it's not living up to my expectations. So the ability to take plants out that aren't serving our purposes, it's one of the hardest things to do, but it's also one of the most beneficial. We spend money, time, and nurture our plants, hoping they're gonna create this vision that we have in our minds. But after a few seasons, if they haven't met that expectation, it might be time to start rethinking that garden bed and pulling the trigger. And the idea of removing plants that don't seem to be working where you had originally planted and replacing them with new plants that maybe you have learned about, or plants that you have gained more experience growing that you know would be more suited to those areas. That can be a very important thing to do with us in our gardens, as well as just reinvigorating, giving a whole new life to certain areas of our garden. So for me in this bed, it's just not really panning out how I had envisioned. It's a little bit messy. There's too much herbaceous perennial materials. I want to replace some of the herbaceous material, like the coreopsis, with some more woody shrubs, some small, low-growing shrubs. Now, as you can see, there is a lot of color going on, but there's not a lot of structure. So that is my #1 goal that I'm going to be really working on. And some of the other plants that just aren't working well in this garden bed, I have some digitalis, some foxgloves. This area gets too much sun. That hydrangea macrophylla, it gets burned in the middle of the summertime. This azalea was clearly mislabeled. It said it was gonna grow to 4 feet. After 3 years, it's about 12 inches tall. So I'm gonna be moving those plants out and replacing them with plants that are gonna be more suitable for this garden bed. So right now, I'm sort of just visualizing what I need to take out. Then I'm gonna be taking them out, and then we're gonna be refilling them with new plants that I think are going to look much better in this garden as it grows and matures. This is another area that really frustrates me. I'm gonna be ripping out this butterfly bush and putting a large conifer, I think a false cypress, is going to be planted in this corner to really just harness that energy of this corner much better. It's just not substantial enough. The Vitex over there, it looks great, but I think having a nice conical evergreen here on the corner is really going to provide a much more sturdy, stable energy in this area, as well as providing a better interest over the winter season. All right, so I finished off by laying some mulch. You can see I moved the azalea there. I moved those coreopsis up closer since they're a lot shorter than I was expecting. And they should be nicer, distanced away from those echinacea. And then, so just a nice layer of mulch throughout the bed to help it, stay nice and clean until I get the next round of plants ordered and brought here. But yeah, so now I have a nice semi-empty pallet, and it's already making me feel better, which is the most important thing. All right, so I just got back from the nursery. I got a bunch of plants ready to be planted into that garden bed. Now, along with, of course, replacing plants that you don't love in a garden bed, some different ideas of how you can create edits in your garden bed would be taking divisions of your favorite plants. Could be changing out the mulch material. Maybe try bark wood or gravel or pine straw. You can also think about the edging around your garden beds. You could change that out. That can absolutely change the look in your bed. You can make your garden bed bigger. Maybe you find that you don't have enough room to plant in your garden bed. Make it bigger. Give yourself more space to grow and experiment and explore what kind of plants that you love. And also, one of the biggest things that you can do is prune that branch that's been bugging you. If there's some element of your garden bed that just has been kind of irking you for a while, prune it back, cut it back. It doesn't matter, because in the end, if you make a mistake, well, the plants are super resilient. After a season, they're gonna regrow, they're gonna fix themselves from whatever error you may have made. So don't be afraid to experiment and try something new. That's how we learn, and that's how we create beautiful gardens that represent our character and our personality. And I would say absolutely the most common mistake gardening is putting plants that are the wrong size in the wrong place. So be very diligent, do your research, really make sure you're going to be planting in the appropriate location. You don't want your plants to outgrow their space, but you also don't want them to be too diminutive where you're planting them either. Both end up looking incorrect. Well, so I think I've got the right positioning for my new plants. I have a Sambucus, a Spirea, a couple of native Aronias, a Potentilla, and a couple of native Fothergillas. All of these shrubs should absolutely provide a much better structure in this garden bed, which is exactly what I was looking for. So now just time to go get them all planted in, well watered, give them some mulch, and let Mother Nature do the rest. And the pièce de résistance, the beautiful conifer here in this corner. I hope you found this video about editing, making changes in your garden helpful, inspirational, and maybe just give you a little bit of confidence to go out and do what you want to do in your garden bed. It's yours. Let it show your personality and your character. If you do have any other suggestions that you think the rest of the community might find helpful, leave a comment down in the comment section below. Don't forget, give the video a like, subscribe to our channel. We have hundreds of videos all about growing plants and loving Mother Nature. Thanks for joining me here on Plant Vibrations. I'll catch you next time. Ciao.